So thank you both so much for coming for parent-teacher conferences.
Thanks so much for coming, Mom.
So let me give you your report card. So take just a couple minutes to look at it and then we'll start.
Okay, I'm ready. In math, I'm surprised I got that grade. I was hoping to do so much better.
What happened? Why did you think you would do better?
I studied for the test. I don't know what happened.
So let's take a look at your test. I'm gonna pull it out of your portfolio here. What do you think happened on this test?
Well, looking at it now, I see that maybe I rushed and didn't read instructions carefully. I made a few silly mistakes.
So what do you think you need to do differently next time?
Well, it looks like I need to read the instructions more carefully. I also need to check my work before handing it in to make sure that I didn't make any silly errors, because sometimes I do rush on the tests.
That's true. Sometimes you do. It's true. You're the first one to turn them in. So is there any help that you need from me?
Well, maybe if I have some more practice problems, I can practice them before the test.
Sure, that's easy. Is there anything else?
Well, sometimes you do move very quickly through the sample problems in class. It would be helpful to me if we could go step by step. That way I can keep up with the class, and maybe you could keep checking in to make sure everybody's still on task and understand the concept.
Sure, I can try to do that more, but can you give me an example so I can be clear on what you mean?
Last week, you showed us how to balance an algebra equation, and I didn't quite understand it, but by the time I realized, you had already moved on.
That's fair. I will slow down a little bit. What else?
Mom, could you make sure that I practice the problems before the exam?
Yes, of course, Samantha. If we do that, I think the concepts will stick much better, and then you wouldn't have to cram the week before the test.
Mom, it's also hard for me to study when I have to take care of Sarah and do the dishes every night. She runs around a lot and sometimes bothers me when I'm trying to study.
Okay, so maybe we'll have Sarah sit with Ione, our neighbor, maybe for an hour or so after dinner, and that way you can have some time to yourself to do the work. Is that fair?
Great.
All right, good.
That'll help. I see that in history, though, I did do a lot better.
So why do you think you did better in history?
Well, I think I have been participating more after our last meeting. I appreciate that you have been calling on me more, so I remember to participate and don't get comfortable not talking. My participation went up as a result.
Yes, that's right. You did a much better job of participating in the last few months. So let's go over our action plan to help you out. So you will try reviewing the notes each night and doing extra practice problems, and we'll keep up your participation in history. You've been doing a really good job. And then I will give you practice problems before each test. You can practice at home, and I can take a look at them and correct them if you want. And then your mom will have your little sister stay with a neighbor, and we'll remind you to study each night and to do practice problems before the test. Does this seem like a good plan?
Yes.
Great. Thank you both so much for coming in. When can we meet again to check in? Maybe in 2 weeks during the parent engagement time after school on Tuesday?
Yeah, that sounds good. Tuesday is actually my day off.
Great, perfect. So we'll plan to check in then. Thank you so much.
Good, thank you.
Sure, no problem.